Good evening and thank you for joining us for KREM News at 5. I'm Mark Hanrahan. Whitney has the evening off. Right now, a former Idaho State police trooper from Athol is on trial for allegedly killing his wife 3 years ago. He claims she killed herself and that he found her in the bathtub. Today, Kootenai County jurors watched body camera video from the night of Kendi Howard's death. KREM 2's Amanda Rowley joining us from live outside the courtroom in downtown Coeur d'Alene. Amanda?
Well, in court, prosecutors presented several pieces of evidence from the night of Kendi Howard's death, including body camera video from responding officers and the 911 call made by the suspect, Daniel Howard. Using body camera video from the crime scene, prosecutors appear to focus on Daniel Howard's behavior.
What's going on? Sir, they have to do their job.
And point out what investigators thought was suspicious.
There appear to be deodorant marks on his shirt.
And why did that get your attention?
Because by that time it was almost midnight. And most people, if you put your clothes on in the morning and get deodorant on them, it's gone by midnight.
Each deputy who testified today all said they made several unusual observations, including a Victoria's Secret bag packed with women's clothes, small fragments of glass on the bedroom floor, and the dryer was running with bath towels and rugs. The deputy coroner says she found the position of Kendi's body in the bathtub unusual and noted some inconsistencies.
It's a strange position for somebody's feet to be in a bathtub. The blood on her face is not going in a proper direction.
Did that appear odd to you based on your training and experience?
Yes.
Jurors also heard the 911 call Howard made to report his wife's death.
Yeah, I need you to take a deep breath, okay?
But then prosecutors repeatedly asked responding deputies if they saw any tears.
At no point did I observe any tears throughout the night.
Body camera video also showed a deputy trying to piece together a timeline of that night, including when Howard called 911.
I didn't think it was a gunshot. I was downstairs, TV going. It sounded like something hit the floor or something. I don't know.
I have to say, so far, this has probably been the most difficult day in court for these trial proceedings, not only because of the evidence we've shown here today, but also prosecutors presented images taken by investigators of Kendi's body at the crime scene. Now, there were some family and friends in the courtroom today during those presentations. Now, court will resume tomorrow morning. Reporting in Coeur d'Alene, Amanda Rowley, KREM 2 News.
All right, Amanda, thank you very much. Spokane County deputies are searching for an Eastern State Hospital patient who reportedly walked away from a Spokane Valley hospital. Jamil Fields was found not guilty by reason of insanity in a drive-by shooting in Whitman County. Deputies say the 28-year-old patient walked away from Valley Hospital where he was being treated at around 1 o'clock this afternoon. Fields is 5 feet 8 inches tall with black hair and was last seen wearing a green hoodie, red sweatpants, and white shoes. If you have any information, you are urged to call 911. All social events involving alcohol for WSU Greek Life are now on hold, according to a press release from the student-led executive order that was made in response to an increase in medical concerns at Greek Life events. The Interfraternity Council at WSU says all other events will continue. In the meantime, Greek Life students are reevaluating and developing a new plan to ensure the safety of fraternity and sorority members. Neighbors reported hearing an explosion during a deadly house fire in northwest Spokane overnight. Spokane fire and police investigators were at the scene on West Elmhurst Avenue today to try to determine what happened. Last night, Spokane Fire responded to large flames coming out of the one-story home. Crews entered the house to fight the fire, and that's where they found the body of an adult male. A witness told KREM 2 they heard the explosion from the home before seeing flames from blocks away.
Now, I'm pretty certain it was an explosion, wasn't too long after that, heard a bunch of sirens, pink, orange, smoke and flames coming out of this house, and I could see it from a few blocks away.
Right now, fire investigators don't know if the reported explosion started the fire or happened because of the fire. Law enforcement in central Washington is asking for help tonight, trying to find a missing woman. Deputies say 31-year-old Irene Fleming was last seen on February 25th visiting friends on Road U Southwest. There are new reports that she may have been seen in the Wenatchee area. She was last seen wearing a brown jacket, blue jeans, and brown boots. If you have any information, you're also asked to call that number on your screen. All right, let's take a quick break from the headlines and talk about weather with Chief Meteorologist Jeremy Lagoud. Jeremy, a chilly start to the day, but it's nice to see the sun.
Oh, that little bit of sunshine. I've been saying this all week. I am an advocate for just getting a little bit of sunshine. Right now, go for a walk. You've still got another 30 minutes of sun kind of hitting the neighborhood as it sets here at a little after 5:38. I don't know, somewhere around there, 5:40-ish, 5:42. Anyway, after it sets, you're not going to see it, but it will stay light out. So if you can just get 5 minutes of sunshine, it'll make all the difference. Still kind of cool. 39 degrees is where we sit. Look at the dew point, though, 13. We have dried out that atmosphere incredibly. Whew. That is going to be a cold morning tomorrow. Reason being, we just don't have much moisture, so things are going to cool off quite quickly. What winds up happening, though, is eventually we see a little more cloud cover. That's Friday. I'm going to go ahead and call Friday partly cloudy. So the next few days go as follows. Tomorrow morning, it looks almost identical to this morning. Tomorrow afternoon will be another degree or two warmer. Friday, we see a couple more clouds, but that bumps our afternoon temp up to near 50. Saturday, scattered showers return to the forecast.
All right, Jeremy, my wife just texted me. Tell Jeremy I went for a walk in the sun and it was fabulous. So there you go.
Oh, thanks.
All right, new details about the man accused of hitting and killing a state trooper on I-5 near Marysville. U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement says the 32-year-old suspect, is an undocumented immigrant from Mexico with a record in Washington dating back to 2013. The crash happened just before 3 a.m. on Sunday. Trooper Chris Gadd was hit while he was pulled off to the side of the road. He died at the scene. The suspect appeared in court on Monday. We are not naming him yet because he has not yet been charged. Court documents show he told investigators that he smoked marijuana and drank a couple of beers before the crash. He is being held in jail and is expected to be charged with vehicular homicide. Well, take a look at this. Neighbors in Bellevue, Washington rushed to call 911 when they saw this, a plane falling from the sky with a parachute above their neighborhood. That crash was caused by engine failure. The two men inside were on a training flight from Renton when the engine stalled just above homes in the Newport Hills neighborhood. They managed to deploy a parachute which slowed their fall. Police say it was a close call.
It's fortunate that the plane came down where it did, because once the pilots deploy that parachute, they really have no control over where the plane goes at that point.
Nobody was injured, not even the people inside the plane. The NTSB will now take over the investigation.